Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. Bada bop. We are back today and I'm pulling on my wealth of race experience to give you 5 tips on how to run a faster 5K time. It's gonna be great, short, snappy, insightful, concise, to the point video today on 5 hacks, tips, and tricks you can implement to your training to run a faster 5K time. Now, if you are interested in running a faster 5K time, or maybe you're interested just in the culture of running shoes, something like the Vomero Plus, or the culture of running and training, getting after it and getting faster, you are in the right place. And an even better place would be the Supple app, because the Supple app is my app. We have the best buy, sell, trade shoe marketplace, and it's the best place to find deals on shoes like this, the Vomero Plus, because somebody might get it, put a run in it, it doesn't work for them, so they list it well below MSRP and pass along a deal to a hobby jogger. We also have the most supportive training community. You can add your races to the race calendar. You get the whole community rooting you on. You can also post any questions related to training, get advice from others who have been in the same place, and see other people getting after it and holding you accountable. So if you want to take your training to the slug level, a grimy, low down place, get in with us and enjoy today's video. Dropout this morning. Went back to the old Kanye. Old Kanye. Missed the old Kanye. Straight from the go Kanye. It's crazy listening to any of these older albums now, because it's just classic after classic after classic. Just incredible, man. This one is for me because the other one ran out. Lock yourself in a room doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers. Lock yourself in a room doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers? Banger. Try and get to the bread, man. Roni, you have butter on there. No. You have butter on there. I've slathered it. What's the game tomorrow? There's a bunch of games today. Oh, yeah. I mean today. The Pats are playing the Bucks. But I'm guessing you care about the Bills? Because of Mr. 7? Okay, let me look it up. Oh, they're playing the Dolphins. They're going to beat them down. They're going to win. She just asked me to watch the Bills game. Makes me sick. It's repulsive. You have butter, baby girl. Hold on, man. I was about to go put my bib from yesterday back in the bib box, so we have the Kanye blasting still. Trying to catch the beat. I get him high. And I gotta show you guys something, man. This right here, this is for all the people talking about race more. The race more, boys. Look at this, man. Ooh. Look at this, man. I got old bibs. I got new bibs. I got mileage from way back in the day. Boys talking about race more. I mean, Holiday 100, 2 years. Wolf Creek 50K, that was the DQ race. Chicago Marathon, ever heard of it? 239. Ooh, another marathon right here. Coast Guard Marathon. Probably actually have never heard of that one. I ran at 249. What is this? A bunch of random stickers. Ooh, shout out to the Wellfleet Public Library. Bang. More bibs down here. Turkey Trot. Charlotte Turkey Trot Iron Man has my name on it. This is where I ran a 119 half marathon off the relay. I don't even know what this is. Oh, Charlotte New Year's Day. Craft beer half marathon. I ran a 123. I don't even know what this is. This is literally just a number. That's some race I did. Oh, Tuck Fest. This is when I did a bunch of trail races one weekend. Whitewater race. Another one. Another turkey trot. Oh, it's race day. Oh, look at that. That's a nice note for Charles. I think this was my first marathon right here. 11/12/2022. That's vintage. What else we got? Around the Crown. Yep, that's from 2022. 15K. 4-miler. Guys talking about race more, man. People don't know. They don't know the history, man. They don't know the grind. They don't know about all this stuff. Guys just come around here, watch one video, talk a bunch of nonsense. Stop it. And look at that, too. Columbia University. Ever heard of it? I might not be elite, but I'm elite. How about them apples? Don't play with me. Also, this is in the Takumi Sen 8 box. Vintage. Hold on, man. We got to show them the jewelry, too. It's the jewelry cabinet. I don't even have a light in here in my closet. Look at this. The light up there went out, but take a look at that, man. The jewelry. All the jewelry. Guys talking about race more. Listen to this. These low mileage people, man, makes me sick. Let's go, baby. Long run time. Man, what a nice day for a long run. And wow, it really is November. This past week, what a drastic change. This is November now. You can see it right here. Barely any color out there. And this is why I was saying, let's appreciate the foliage. Look at the foliage, because look at this. This is bare, and we're going to have seasonal affective depression. Not for me, but for a lot of people, seasonal affective depression is going to kick in once all the trees are gray. We're only going to see grays and browns all the way until Valentine's Day. From Diwali until your fall PR, that is typically peak foliage. So for me, it was Diwali to Veterans Day, peak foliage, and now we're getting peak depression until Valentine's Day. But the thing is, we got the holiday season coming up and everything, and if you look over yonder, we still do have some golds and some reds, but whatever tree the mayor has right there, or I guess he's the emeritus now because Dale Dalton is officially the mayor, a.k.a. Fail Smalton. I never met a good Dale Dalton in my life. Sounds like a corrupt villain to me. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out Dale Dalton, Mayor of Mint Hill. But yeah, same thing with my tree right here. It's completely bare. It's completely bare, and you can see even over there, we can spot some reds and yellows, but it's not as bright, and there's a lot of leaves on the ground. So peak foliage has passed, just like the chances of this video going viral, because I've now been flexing my race medals, smacking boys down with my Bib Box, and talking about foliage. Why don't we lace up the shoes? Guys talking about race more. I ran your lifetime 5K PR in 2022, and that was during my first marathon. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm really trying to get a viral hit. So today we're going to do 5 tips to run a faster 5K. And if I have time, I'm going to do one of those thumbnails that shows my first 5K time, something that looks a lot slower than my current 5K time. And the thing is, too, man, I was just 194 feet of elevation gain. I really wish my PR from yesterday was faster. I wish it just looked faster. I also wish it was faster because then I could have a real sense of where my fitness is. Kind of weird with the hills and everything. But regardless, I'm going to do one of those thumbnails that has, well, you'll see it if I do it. my first 5K time. And I actually ran a 5K when I was a child. So I'll go back into the race results archives and see if I can find it. It's probably something like 35, 32. And then yesterday, excuse me, I'm allergic to talking about 35-minute 5K times associated with my name. But yeah, yesterday, the 16:38 with the 194 feet of elevation gain. I feel like there's an asterisk. But plan for this run. Yeah, I did want to do a long run still because that's my system. Every weekend, long run, it's the mileage system. And people who have been following along know I did the 16 by 16 base building challenge, the aerobic base creation a few years ago. And then for the past year or so, I've done 20-mile long runs every weekend. I'm actually not feeling too bad today, but I decided going into this race, I would do a shorter long run. It's a nice thing just to know going into a race, I don't have a 20-mile long run hanging over my head the next day, and it'll just give me a chance to recover, and then I'll be back to the regularly scheduled programming soon. But 5K yesterday, gonna get a 15er today, and this is what I'm thinking. If I race, just making sure I'm getting at least 20 miles on the weekend versus having it in one shot. And hopefully my base is at a level now where I don't have to go 20 every weekend. I can switch it up, get some good aerobic stimuli through these shorter races. So switching it up, seeing if this it just makes any changes. So I got the Vomero Plus on today. I actually have been enjoying these shoes. Funny enough, man, because I didn't really like them with my first pair, but with this new pair, I'm liking them more. I really am. It's a comfortable shoe. You get some good bounce off the forefoot here. It does really put you forward in an aggressive stance. I think that's the thing. You just have to be willing to work with the shoe and lean forward. You have to strike. It's not even just striking up here. It's even just standing. It really does put you up your toes. It really wants you to almost be on your tiptoes, even just standing or walking on this thing. So different from the Nimbus and some of the other max cushion shoes that I like, but solid for sure. Also because I got this fresh pair. It's always nice to run in something fresh and crispy. I do think this is going to be the last time it looks so clean. I nicknamed these the Pablos, because we were talking about how these are the Kanye Pablo, and this might be a top 3 max cushion shoe of the year. It really might, and Pablo is a top 3 Kanye album. Would you look at that? This is definitely not college dropout level. So the thing is, that's the tricky thing. Pablo, I like it so much because of the time. College Dropout, which I was listening to this morning, just a complete banger with the songs, but I couldn't appreciate them during their era. Anyway, 15er, let's get it in. There we go, man. There we go. Got 5K bibs so old, they're getting moldy. Guy's telling me to race more, man. What a perfect morning for some mileage, which brings me to point number 1. Mileage, man. 5 tips to run a faster 5K. You got to get that mileage up. You got to get that mileage up, man. Mileage and volume, number 1 determinant of running performance. Number 1 is why when I was in the race yesterday and I see a dude tearing off at 440 pace at the start line, is why I wasn't worried about catching him, because I know 99.9% of people out there don't run the mileage I do. And that's what's going to allow you to hold faster paces. Now, once we start getting down to the sub 23, sub 20 5K pace ranges, sub 18, 17, I mean, really sub 20, sub 21, speed work does become important, and especially once we're getting into the 5s. But for most people, man, you can hold 6 flat pace. You can hold 6:30 pace, 7-minute pace, 7:30, 8-minute pace. A lot of people can hold these paces for a few minutes. What it takes to extend those paces and run them for longer is mileage. So if you want to run a better 5K, I'm so used to talking about the marathon. I was gonna say, if you want to run a faster marathon, also my legs do not feel bad at all. I wonder if the hilliness prevented me from thrashing as hard as I could have, especially on that last mile. Ran a 5:39, and I looked at the Strava map after, and it was literally 100 feet of elevation gain over the last mile. It says 49 on the splits, because what Strava does is it calculates it based on your starting elevation at mile 2.0, and then your ending elevation at mile 3.0, and there's only a 49-foot difference. But what happens is there's a huge 50-foot down at the beginning of mile 2, and then a 100-foot up. So that nets out to 50 feet of gain. But what I found yesterday was the downhills on a 5K, at least at my paces, I can't run that much faster on a downhill. I was pushing 5:13 on the downhill mile, and it wasn't like I could have gone, 4:45 on the downhill, because it was super steep. What it does help with, though, is keeping the heart rate and effort lower, the downhills. But then on the up, just get punished, man. At least aerobically. But the benefit is, because I ran a 5:40 on that last mile, my legs are actually feeling okay. My calves aren't as sore as I expected. Yeah, I think I've got a sub 16 within me. If I did a few weeks of solid 5K training on a flat course. Anyway, as I was saying, mileage. If you want to run a faster 5K, get that mileage up, man. Hour-long long runs, 90-minute long runs, as fast or slow as you want, but just getting out there and spending the time on feet. Also, sneaky benefits of higher mileage: your BMI will improve, your sleep will likely improve. Also, I've found that run the higher mileage, just exercising more, it sets you up to be just more cognizant and thoughtful of what you're putting in your body, your lifestyle. Because if you know, oh, I've got to run 10 miles tomorrow morning, maybe you won't have that second or third beer. Maybe you'll order something different off the menu. That's the sneaky part of the mileage that gets lost. It's not purely about the running performance. It also, optimizing for mileage, sets you up to live a healthier lifestyle. There are these small psychological changes that happen. And then injury prevention, of course, too. Doing a lot of relaxed miles. Man, I'm trying to run relaxed. There's a giant hill. Man, I cannot escape hills in Charlotte. It's crazy. But yeah, running a lot of relaxed miles, and especially with the elevation gain, it strengthens you up. And like I was just saying, ran a 16:38 5K yesterday with the 200 feet of elevation, or 194, and I don't feel completely wrecked. That's from the mileage. It really helps with the recovery. Also, it made my marathon recovery a lot easier. So that's tip number one, man. Get your mileage up. Get your mileage up. Get your mileage up, little boy. Man, I'm doing someone's weekly mileage right now on my short long run. I feel like old Drake or old Kanye, man. I got throwaways. You got more fire than your entire catalog. The thing with the higher mileage too, your base fitness just increases a ton. Increases a ton. And Meredith just ran a lifetime PR, or adult 5K PR yesterday. She averaged a 740 something in the 5K. She's been running for decades. But I think she was running teen mileage, 15 to 20 miles per week or something like that, before the past few years when her son got her into running. Now she's running 60 to 70 miles per week. Not with a ton of structured workouts or anything. If you look at her Strava, Meredith Johnston, Supwell app community manager. Look at her Strava. She knocks out a ton of miles around a 10 flat. On the treadmill. On the treadmill too, man. And she came out yesterday, banged out a PR on the hills. That's the mileage, so it doesn't matter. Man, treadmill, roads, just get it in how you can. Mileage is mileage. But point being, increasing your volume, especially once you get up to 5, 6, 7, 8 hours per week, and not everybody can hit those levels, but once you start hitting multiple hours per week, you'll just see huge changes, man. I was texting with my sister last night, and just the ability to have multiple pace ranges is a game changer. Because if you're running lower mileage, you're running 3 miles a week, you got 2 dials. You have dying and walking. That's it. That's it, man. And it doesn't matter how fast you are. Your dying pace could be 17 minutes per mile. It could be 6 minutes per mile. I don't care. If you're running 3 times a week, though, you're just starting out. And everyone's at a different place, right? Body weight, past athletic experience, age. But if you don't have the endurance built up, you get out there for a run, heart rate and effort immediately jack up, and it's no fun. You're dying. And the other option is to walk. Increasing the mileage, it will give you those pace ranges. It's like having a 1-speed bike. You ever tried to climb a huge hill on a 1-speed bike? It's like having a 1-speed bike versus a 6-speed or multi-gear bike. You change the gear on that bike, it's a lot easier to climb the hills. So running more, it will give you that range where now, hey, I can come out. I actually have a zone 2. I have a zone 2 that's not walking. This is the thing that makes me sick, man. People walking to try to keep their heart rate in zone 2. Unless you have a health issue or are doing it for a legitimate injury prevention reason, don't walk to keep your heart rate in zone 2. If you are a physically fit person, don't walk to keep your heart rate in zone 2. The point of running is to run. Run in zone 3 and slow it down if you need to. But you gotta build that running endurance up. Especially when starting out. And I think some people try to jump into the marathon right away. And so if that's the case, run walk can be huge. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about general running training, 5K training, just building up a base of endurance in general. Just getting out there and running until you actually have the option to slow yourself down and have a zone 2 pace is huge. Because look at this right now, man. I was looking at my heart rate going up that hill right there. It hit 151. Going down this hill, I'm back at 140. So all different stuff can influence the heart rate. It should be a guide. That was mile 2, 7:38. All right, tip number 2, run a faster 5K. This might hit home for some people. It might. But tip number 2, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, bro. Look in the mirror, sis. I'm guessing bro mostly. Demographic tracking tells me it's about 98% men who follow this stuff. Type of stuff that might get me doing Botox or something, improve my countenance and handsomeness so that we could attract more women viewers onto the channel. Man. Anyway, regardless of your gender, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You like what you see? You like the habits you have? Do the habits you have set you up to live well, to run well? It's like what I'm saying about the mileage, right? By running more, you'll naturally start doing things that improve your quality of life. But you also got to do some soul searching and look at it yourself. Look in the mirror, bro. How many hours a night are you sleeping? What kind of stuff are you putting in your body? Is it helping or hurting your running? Are you showing up to runs fueled? Are you cutting corners? Are you cutting corners? Are you making excuses? No, but seriously, man, diet, that's huge. I'm not here to tell anybody how to eat, but you know, most people know. Most people out there know. It doesn't make it any easier. And I'm certainly not perfect with my diet, but it's pretty dang good. And the reality is, man, with this running, it's math. is math. So how do I say this? It's always a touchy subject, man. But the healthier you are, the fitter you are. And when I say fit, I'm not talking about the speed of your running. But the healthier you are, the higher quality nutrients you're putting in your body, the more you're sleeping, the better your running will be. The reality is most people, especially those who are seeking out running training videos, if you follow my channel or stumbled across this video, you have an interest in health and fitness, you likely know what healthy looks like for yourself. And it's different for everybody, man. Based on your body type, your age, how much muscle you carry naturally, all these things. You know what healthy is for yourself. And the closer you are to your best healthy, the better you'll be running. And that's why when I started Supwell, the tagline is up your best. Because for me, it's about your best. It's about my best. It's about why, man, I don't care if I win a race or come in second, third, 100th. I don't care that a 2:42 is faster than a lot of people's PRs. I don't care. When I ran a 2:42 a few weeks ago and was so upset and ticked off, there's this chorus of people who say, well, I would give my left testicle to run that time. Somebody literally said that. That's an odd thing to say. But it doesn't matter. I know a 2:42 is not my best because I ran a 2:39. I also felt the same way after the Coast Guard marathon last year when I ran a 2:49. Man, go back, watch that race vlog. Look at my face in the car after the race. I was sick to my stomach. It was a PR, but I knew it wasn't my best. So I came back and I ran a 2:39. Took 10 minutes off in 6 months. A lot of people told me it would take years. Point is, it's about your personal best. Personal best. I really don't care what pace I'm running. I don't care what pace you're running. Doesn't matter to me. Somebody doesn't get more respect if they're running a 2:20 marathon or a 6:20 marathon. Except if you're trying to tell me how to train. I don't want to hear it. No, but seriously, are you doing the things that you know put you in a position to run well, to have energy? That's why it's so funny to me when people come at my diet. Man, I've got the energy to run 100+ miles a week. I rarely get injured. Knock on wood, of course, but in 3+ years, no injuries. My BMI is in a great place. I've got mental energy too to do all these different things. So regardless of the slight optimizations we can make to our running and that I can make to my running, in general, I feel that I'm performing my best in life. And a lot of that has to do with the lifestyle. The higher mileage, big focus on the nutrition, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It's not easy. It takes work to maintain it, but once you get the system, it's easier. And it's also a lot harder though if you never had that best version of yourself. If you don't know what it is, it takes work to find it. I was fortunate because I played sports growing up. My mom had a focus on health and movement. I knew what good nutrition was. I always loved hitting the gym, starting 14, 15, 16 years old. So it made it easier as an adult to circle back and tap back into that version of myself. If you never had it, it takes work. But join the squad, man, because we're all working. We're all working. And now at the level I'm at, man, just maintaining the baseline is not enough. For me now, it's making sure I'm periodizing the training correctly, making sure that I have enough weeks and time to do the exact workouts I need to do. It's harder now to progress now that I'm in the 2:30s for the marathon, and I guess the 16s for the 5K. But if you're in the 4s for the marathon, if you're in the 20s for the 5K, and of course, again, different for everybody based on their age, but if you're in the 20s or the 30s for the 5K, especially the higher 20s or the 30s, these are the low-hanging fruit things you can do. Looking in the mirror and asking yourself if you're living the way you want to be living. I'm sorry if that offended anybody. That's not my intent. Mile 4, 7:44. But don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. If you don't like what you see, when you look in the mirror, there's only one person to be mad at. Man, I've been there. I've been there. A lot of people come around here think I'm just some privileged, genetically gifted kid. Nah, bro. I've been grinding on this for years. I got married at age 22. Was I 22 or 23? No, 23. I look back at those pictures now. It makes me sick. I hate looking at my wedding photos. I don't like what I see. And that wasn't the best version of me for a variety of reasons. But there's nobody to be mad at for that except myself. And it took years for me to change, and it took work for me to change. And it took a kick in the behind and having a kid, maybe even having 2 kids to really get my act together. On a bunch of different fronts. But there's nobody who can do that for you except you. Yeah, man, you can hire a coach. Go ahead. Hire a coach. Coach can't do the workouts for you. Coach not gonna tuck you into bed at night. Coach isn't gonna tell your mom to stop microwaving the Chef Boyardee. Coach isn't gonna get you out of bed in the morning. Coach isn't gonna slap your hand with a ruler when you're eating or drinking stuff you shouldn't be. And this is not a hard line. You have to do it this way or self-discipline. No, you know the best version of yourself. You do. So if this makes you feel a certain type of way, good. Good. Get out of your feelings. Start putting in that pain. They want the 5K tips video. I'm giving you the 5K tips video. I'm going in right now. This is like the Black Thought Funk Master Flex freestyle. Pause this video right now. Go look it up. Go look it up. That's what I'm giving you this morning. That's the energy I'm bringing. Let's go. Tip number 3, run some dang hills. Run some dang hills. I feel so passionate about this. We did an entire community challenge related to this topic. Run some dang hills. Woo! I just ran a dang hill right there. Man, outside of mileage, hills are the best thing you can do to get stronger as a runner and to help prevent injury. Help prevent, right? There's no guarantees. You can still get injured. But doing a lot of volume, that strengthens the joints, and especially scaling up slowly. One of the laws of mileage, one of the 10 mileage commandments. I've been writing these down. Been thinking of releasing a book when I run 229. I'm gonna release the 10 mileage commandments and retire when I run 229. So get ready for it, because Tim Noakes said when you release a book, your running career is over. So coming sometime soon. One of the 10 mileage commandments: build slowly, cut quickly. You build your mileage up slowly, you get really strong, strengthens your joints, your muscles, of course the aerobic system. And the thing is, the aerobic system, which said in layman's terms, or put simply, is how good you are at cardio, what people call cardio. Or your endurance. That's the aerobic system, endurance. That develops quickly and is super resilient. It's really hard to injure your lungs or heart while running. It's possible, but very hard to do. There's a super small chance you're gonna get a lung injury from running. But you can get a hamstring injury or a knee injury, IT band, Achilles, etc. Right? But by building slowly, you gradually increase the workload. It's like boiling a frog. You do it slowly. It's kind of sick and demented. I need a different metaphor here. But it's like the changing of the seasons, right? It happens gradually. There's no date. I mean, we could say September 21st is the end of summer, but there's no date where it just magically switches and becomes fall. It's a gradual process. That's the same thing with increasing the volume. You don't want your body to know you're increasing the volume. High mileage shouldn't feel like high mileage most of the time. Increase slowly, and then if something pops up, if it doesn't feel right, cut quickly. That's the method for injury prevention. The other thing is the hills, right? Best thing we can do. You get more impact forces on the downhills. It's gonna strengthen the joints. And on the uphills, you're putting down more power. You build a lot of strength. And yeah, you can do hill sprints, or you can do hill surges and repeats. But even just hunting for elevation and vert will strengthen you up. So you don't need to come out here and start doing hill sprints. I mean, sprints are the highest chance of injury risk exercise for runners. So we want to avoid those until we're pretty experienced. And it's so funny, one of these keyboard elites, story time, telling me I need to do real speed workouts. So I said, okay, what's a real speed workout? And he gives all these sprint workouts. So I ask him, this sounds great in theory, what are your race times? So he gives me all his race times. He had never run a marathon. He did run a 1:12 half, which is very fast, but no marathon. And he said his career ended because of a back injury. And these are the clowns telling me to do all-out maximal sprint speed work. The same guys who never ran a marathon and whose career ended because of injury. So yeah, don't come out here and just start hammering hill sprints cold off the couch. Man, I didn't do a hill sprint until I'd run for, I don't know, 5 years. I don't think I really started working in hill sprints till earlier this year. But gentle, relaxed running up the hill is great. Doing some surges, running more tempo runs up the hill, so harder runs, pushing it on the hills. Also just builds mental resolve, getting after it on the hills. And like the mileage, helps a lot with the recovery time.
He could have, you know, like, sub 2 hours is pretty insane. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, you think it's a dead end?
Gosh.
I think it's a dead end, but it's like the wardrobe to Narnia.
The roundabout. And they always have like a key of soul for sale and something else.
Are you fueling your long runs at all?
I don't eat before. Probably should though.
Yeah, I would eat before and then take a gel or something for the end. It'll make these miles at the end feel a lot better. All right, it's mile 11 and a half. Custom miles with Logan. Kid from the neighborhood here, cross country guy. Saw me running and asked to tag along. I think I might have just murdered him, taking him across the street over the hills over there. He was having a bit of a rough go, as the blokes say. Man, those Jolie Chevelle hills hit different. Hit different. They throw some junk in the legs, for sure. Woo! But yeah, number four, run hard 1 day per week, AKA go hard once a week. Go hard once a week. What does that mean? It's quite simple, man. You don't have to do a structured workout. You don't have to do sprints. It can be as simple as saying, I'm gonna go out and run hard for 15 minutes. But something that's getting the heart rate up, especially once you start having more of those pace ranges, once you're capable of zone 2 training. And if you're just starting out, every day running is hard. So go hard once a week. That might be your long run, because that's gonna be the hardest run. But if you're in the 20s for the 5K chipping away, that's when you can start doing time trials, tempo runs, throwing in some structured workouts. And for most people, man, a long run in 1 day of higher intensity, that's all you need to get faster. Along with the other days of regular running, five or 6 days a week, ideally 6 days a week of running. One workout per week, or 1 day of intensity per week, and one longer run of 90 plus minutes. Man, that will get you a long way. That's what took me from 319 to 239. There's no magic formula. That was it. Once you get some miles under your belt, it's just the consistency. You can get so many consistency gains from that. 6 days per week, long run, 1 day of higher intensity. Just hit mile 12. I think that was 750. I didn't bring any fuel today. I don't fuel for anything below 16 miles. I guess really below 20 miles. But that's another thing. Unofficial tip, man. Fueling your long runs, that will help you so much. A lot of people fade at the end of hour to 90-minute long runs because they're not fueling, especially once you get 90 minutes plus. So doing 1 or 2 re-ups of the carbs for a 90-minute run could go a long way. I can even feel right now, I feel more glycogen depleted than I expected, but I mean, that's what happens when you run 100 miles a week. Just everything feels more lethargic, less sharp. I also feel literally hungry. But 3 more miles to go. Shorter long run is nice. Man, I'm glad I'm doing a shorter long run this week, because once I get to 12, 13, 14 miles past 2 weeks, just felt so fatigued. It's like those endurance fibers are just fatigued. Hopefully the shorter long run will help them freshen up. Man, people don't realize I'm a young OG. I'm a young OG. I got battle scars. I got war wounds. I've been in this game for a while. Check the video count. Go ahead and check the video count and then compare it to whoever you want to compare it to. Check the yearly mileage. Compare it to whoever you want to compare it to. I've been in the game. Let's go. 1.65 miles. Let's go. I am so glad I don't have to run the last 5 miles today. Oh my goodness. I have seen that movie one too many times. And I can feel how those 5 miles would have felt. Guess what? Guess what? Still got 100 miles this week. Matter of fact, with this 15er, that's gonna be 101. Check the Strava. Boys talking about go one more. I just went one more. 101 on the mileage with the 5K PR. Grinding. Grinding. The low mileage guys said I sound arrogant. You'll be talking like this if you put up 2 back-to-back 5,000 mile years too. It's not arrogance, it's facts. This is the problem with society today. This is the problem specifically with the male youth of society today, aka the disrespectful little boys. A lot of people have low self-esteem. You got to talk to yourself. You got to give yourself confidence. No more low self-esteem, man. I'm just out here talking to myself, bossing myself up. And then I record it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just out here, let's go. Just yelling, no GoPro. Man, I was doing this before I ever had a YouTube channel. I record it, I put it out there. Guess what? I've never done any marketing for my YouTube channel. If people find it, that's great. I let the algorithm do its thing. You gotta have confidence. Or a lot of people have low confidence. Low mileage leads to low confidence. High mileage builds high self-esteem. You gotta have swag. Man, you gotta hype yourself up. Get into it. Get into it. Tell yourself something good. Tell yourself something good. Say, I'm really that guy, man. What did I say earlier this week? Put my brand on the fleece because I'm really that guy. The grind is not for you if you gotta ask why. And I meant it. You're that guy, bro. You're that guy. Mile 15, 7:18 pace. Let's go. Beautiful day. I'm a little bit sad, man. That's the end of an era. That's the end of an era. End of the 20-mile long run every weekend era. Had to end at some point though. Sunday long run in the books. Oh my gosh. And this is the thing about the long run. It doesn't matter if it's 4 miles. It doesn't matter if it's 24 miles. Just have one run. Ideally on the weekends. That's your longest run of the week. That's your long run. And if you can build up to 2 hours, that's great. And so there we go. End of the 20-mile long run streak. Although I don't know if it's the end of the streak because I wasn't doing the 20-mile long runs on days where I had or weekends where I had races. So I guess it's, I don't know, I'm just doing mental gymnastics here. It doesn't matter. If we include yesterday, I got 5 miles yesterday, 16 today. I did go one extra. I was saying go one more. I ended up going 16 for 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 33 seconds. 7:47 pace. Efficiency fair. What the heck? What the heck? I guess my legs were fatigued. 145 heart rate. I don't know. Elevation gain 794. Dog. 7. It's unrelenting out here. It's unrelenting out here. But yeah, Vomero Plus, feeling pretty good for this long run, man. It still does have some times where, I don't know, if I don't land the exact right way, I'm not getting the balance. But overall, still trying to start a track workout now. Overall, very solid shoe. Great long run shoe. I did a 3-hour long run in the other one. Now I just did a 2-hour long run in this one. And that's the sign of a good long run shoe right there. If you have a shoe where you're supposed to go 15 miles and it's got you picking it up or just going on for 16 or more, it's a great shoe. So let me close it out here. I think I got one more tip. One more tip to give out. One more tip of free game. On to Yeezus now. The Yeezus. It's over for you boys. You know the song I Am a God? Remix. I am a coach. Guys telling me to race more, man. I had to bring out all the jewelry. Let's take a look at these. The funny thing about the internet, man, people really don't know what they're talking about. They don't. What's this one? Lake Norman Forest Run. I actually think I have a video of this on the channel from the very early days. I won this. You see that? Won this overall winner. That was 2023. Charlotte New Year's Day 5K. This was a fun one with the family. Craft Beer Half Marathon 2022. I think I ran a 123 there. What is this? Oh, Around the Crown. This is a fun one in Charlotte from 2022. I think I ran 6:15 pace, 38 something. That was back when I had a coach. She doubted me too, man. She doubted me too. What else? This is my favorite. You can't buy this in a store. You can't. Chicago last year, 2024, still my favorite race of all time. Still my best PR. 2:39. But what makes this one even sweeter? Where is it? Where is it? This one. That's what makes the Chicago 2:39 sweeter. This guy right here. Look at this. This is probably the coolest medal I have. I know a lot of people have the souvenir medals. This is a good one because it's the Coast Guard Marathon. And the funny thing is, it's the Coast Guard Marathon, but the moving part is not the ship. I would think for Coast Guard, you would have the moving part be the ship. No, it's the planes are the part that's moving. But I ran a 2:49, 2 hours and 49 minutes here. This was last April, and I was just sick to my stomach, man. I was sick to my stomach after that race. I just knew, it wasn't my best. I feel very similarly now, and I felt very similar after this Bay State to this one. The difference is this was a PR. Bay State was not a PR, but this was a PR, and I still felt horrible because I knew, man, I didn't get my training right at the end. Same thing that happened this time. I didn't get my training right. I didn't stay strong mentally toward the end of that race, and I just didn't execute how I wanted to. I also came in unsure, very similar to Bay State. Came in super unsure of my race pace, super unsure of what the exact pace is I have to run. I'm leaning over, man. This jewelry is heavy. It's about 10, 15 pounds at least. around my neck from all the races I've done, man. Guys telling me to race more, do strength training. Doing both right now. Talking about race. Anyway, just so disappointed in myself after that 249 at Coast Guard because I knew it wasn't my best. I knew I didn't train my best. I knew I didn't execute the last 4 to 8 weeks up to the standards. And guess what? The last 4 to 8 weeks corresponded to, actually the last 3 months corresponded to when Joy was born. She was 2 or 3 months old when we did that race. So life circumstances, man. And similar to this last race I did, a bunch of things, not last race because yesterday was great, but the last marathon I did, a bunch of things went wrong. So with the marathon, there's the most variables, the most number of things that can go wrong. But that's what makes, man, this one all the more sweet is this one right here, the 249. And it's funny because I think this was 6th overall age group winner or something, but just wasn't my best. My personal best, like I was talking about, I knew it wasn't living up to my expectations, my standards. And then this one right here was. So I don't even think I have no. I think my Bay State Marathon medal is up there. So I'm missing a few. And all this jewelry on, I'm still missing a few medals. All right, I'll stop flexing. Number 5 here, point being, why am I bringing all this stuff out? You gotta believe in yourself. That's really what I want to hammer home with these two right here, man. You have to believe in yourself. 249, a lot of people told me, that's so great. That's a fantastic time for a new runner like you. It's gonna take you years to go sub 240. But I knew that wasn't true. I knew that was not my standard. If you want to take time off your 5K or 10K or half marathon or lose weight or get a promotion or do whatever it is, the ball is in your court. You have the power to do that, man. And I knew this was not my best. I knew this was not my best, regardless of what people were saying, regardless of all the people who were telling me a 249 is a great time. But people always want to say that you're doing great for where you are in the journey. Don't let people talk to you like that. Well, you can let them. Don't be disrespectful to other people. I'm only disrespectful to the camera. This is not real people. Don't be disrespectful to anybody in real life, but don't just accept something for being okay if you know that you can do better. That is tip number 5. Believe in yourself. If you want to take 10 minutes off your 5K time and you believe you can and you start running those paces during training and you start chipping away, then you have a good chance to do it. Now, I'm not saying you can run a 12-minute 5K, but realistic goal setting is a big part of this as well. I knew that a 239 for me last year was realistic given the body of mileage. And people really underrate the body of mileage, man. People really underrate what having that strong base can do. But you got to believe in yourself. You got to be willing to go out there, set ambitious goals, execute, train to a high level. If you want to take time off, you got to train to a high level, man. Like I was saying out there, there's no coach that's going to come up and knock on your door every morning at 4:30 a.m. There's no coach that's going to tuck you in to bed at night. There's no coach that's going to tell you to stop doom scrolling and hit the hay. There's no coach that's going to hit your hand when you're drinking or eating something that you shouldn't be doing. You got to have it in yourself. So believing in yourself is not just coming out here flexing, smacking down verbally on the low mileage boys. Believing in yourself is also lacing up the gosh dang shoes every day, running some dang hills. Man, getting in the 2-hour long runs, getting in the 1 speed workout or day of intensity per week. That's what believing in yourself is. It's not just popping off the mouth. And when people think I'm being arrogant, or when people think I got a big ego and I'm prideful, man, I talk a lot, but guess what? I'm walking the walk. I know the work that's required. I hold myself to a high standard and I execute. You need to hold yourself to a high standard. Man, that's what believing in yourself is. Invest the time in yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you have it. Look yourself in the mirror. Identify what's not going well and what you can do to change it. A lot of people want to blame things on external factors. And there also are some things we can blame on external factors. Course is hilly. It's a hot day. But a lot of the things can be solved with mileage, consistency, and putting in the work over time. So that's all I have for you today. You got to believe in yourself, man. What were the 5 tips? Get your mileage up. Look yourself in the mirror. Run some dang hills. Go hard once a week. And believe in yourself. Man, you don't need to race more, but you can. You can. Really forgot who I was. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everyone who's been rocking with it. The mileage train is rolling. The race train is rolling. The PR train is rolling. The talking to him train is rolling. The SmackDown train is rolling. The don't play with me train is rolling. The mustard down dog train is rolling. Man, I'm feeling like the Pats again. The Pats are getting their swagger back and energy. Hopefully they beat the Bucks today, because that could age terribly if they lose something like 7-38. But I'm feeling like the Pats on this big winning streak right now. I am. So I appreciate you, man. Keep that vibes train rolling. We got more good stuff cooking up. It doesn't matter about the new shoes. Putting in work, man. So that's all I have for you today. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Man, all these chains on, I can hear myself think. The low mileage boy tried to race. I was gone in a blink.